Hey, what's up guys? Gons here for the Face Like the Sun YouTube channel. A guy named Morn from Facebook messaged me about a movie called Visioneer. It's the Peter Diamandis story, and I think you can still watch the free screening for a couple days. You just go to this website here, visioneermovie.com, and I checked it out. It's about a 50-minute documentary on Peter Diamandis, his story, and I thought it was very interesting. Now, if you don't know who Peter Diamandis is, he is an engineer, he's a physician, an entrepreneur known for being the founder and chairman of the Xprize Foundation and co-founder and executive chairman of Singularity University. And he's also in charge of Planetary Resources, Zero Gravity Corporation, Space Adventures, Rocket Racing League, International Space University, Students for the Exploration and Development of Space. He's just all about space travel. And the documentary is really good at outlining sort of his journey and the ups, the downs, and sort of how he got into this whole thing. Now, if you guys don't know about the Xprize Foundation, it was something that he announced in 1996, where he basically said that whoever is able to create a craft to go to lower orbit twice, and I think the span of 2 weeks or something, they win a $10 million prize. And this was accomplished, I think, back in 2006. And that's when Richard Branson bought the rights to the craft. But basically, if you go to the Xprize website, xprize.org, here's how they outline their mission. They say Xprize is an innovation engine, a facilitator of exponential change, a catalyst for the benefit of humanity. We believe in the power of competition, that it's part of our DNA of humanity itself, that tapping into that indominant spirit of competition brings about breakthroughs and solutions that once seemed unimaginable. Impossible. We believe that you get what you incentivize, and that without a target, you will miss it every time. Rather than throw money at a problem, we incentivize the solution and challenge the world to solve it. We believe the challenges must be audacious but achievable, tied to objective, measurable goals, and understandable by all. We believe that solutions can come from anyone, anywhere, and that some of the greatest minds of our time remain untapped, ready to be engaged by a world that is in desperate need of help, solutions, change, and radical breakthroughs for the benefit of humanity. Call us crazy, but we believe. Very interesting statement here, because the element of belief is there. They say, we believe. What do we believe in? Humanity, the power of the human spirit. They even say that, the spirit of competition. You know, they're using all these words that are metaphysical in nature, but they're actually using it in terms of humanity. And, you know, of course, Peter Diamandis, you know, there's a whole section in the movie where he talks about how he met Ray Kurzweil and how he came up with the concept of Singularity University, which is, you know, the forefront of the transhumanist movement and everything else. And he believes in this idea of making humanity better. And this goes right back to the serpent in the Garden of Eden saying to Eve, ye shall be as gods. You know, their pursuit of apotheosis, man becoming God, is very clear, very straightforward in my opinion. But more so, when you look at Genesis 11 and the Tower of Babel, I mean, it's amazing that we are living in a time that is pretty much what the atmosphere was back in Genesis 11. Here we have the children of men coming together, all speaking one language, trying to ascend to heaven, okay? Now, when you listen to Peter Diamandis talk, it's amazing because he goes, you know, we're going to have 1 billion or 2 billion people that are going to tap into the internet. We're about to get into an era where we don't even know the potential of the human mind. And, you know, this is a global phenomenon. And, you know, we're all going for the same goals of innovation, of, you know, bettering humanity, bettering for all this stuff. It sounds exactly like the Tower of Babel, because technology, the internet, everything else has brought everybody back to basically one language, and not in the sense of speaking a language, but with a computer, you can basically translate, you can communicate a lot easier with people of different languages, right? So that day of going back to one language is in essence happening in our time today. And the fact that they want to get to heaven, it's just pretty plain to me that, you know, this is the exact same thing that Peter Diamandis wants to do. And beyond that, God's saying this is only the beginning of what they will do, and that nothing that they propose to do will now be impossible for them. Again, this is pretty much the exact same thing Peter Diamandis is saying. He's saying that, you know, with mankind, with technology, where it's going, with our ability to move forward and progress, nothing is impossible for mankind. It's this vision that this visionary Peter Diamandis has. And, he is celebrated in the community of entrepreneurship and business and, just overall as an innovator, as someone who is trying to achieve greatness for mankind. And let me just say that it's not all negative here in terms of what Peter Diamandis is doing. I think there are going to be a lot of innovations, a lot of breakthroughs that will be very beneficial for us in terms of medicine or, all kinds of stuff in terms of health and everything else. Yes, that's good. We ought to be doing that. That's in the spirit of love thy neighbor. But obviously what's missing is love God first, right? And obviously what's missing also is the part about our souls. What's more important, our bodies or our souls? And, I don't know what Peter Diamandis' spiritual worldview is. I imagine that while he is clearly pushing a humanist perspective, it's not your typical, atheistic humanism. It seems to be something a little more, more of a spirituality involved. I'm not sure exactly what to label it, maybe new age, if you want to call it that, because he uses words like belief and spirit and, again, those buzzwords that are metaphysical in nature. So yes, there is a spirit behind this pursuit as well. And that spirit, I think, is the Antichrist spirit, because how do we know if a spirit is of God or not? 1 John 4, Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God, for many false prophets have gone out into the world. And if we keep reading here, you'll see that unless there's things that I don't know about Peter Diamandis and his beliefs about Jesus Christ, he's considered a false prophet given this passage here. Verse 2 of 1 John 4, By this you know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is from God. And every spirit that does not confess Jesus is not from God. This is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you heard was coming and now is in the world already. But keep in mind, verse 4, Little children, you are from God and have overcome them, for he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world. God bless.